Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhamad Hanis Ramli from Nutrition final year. So in this video, I will present my final year project, which is a systematic literature review on body image in children. My supervisor for this final year project is Dr. Rahaya binti Hassan. First of all, the background of this study is issue of body image are on the ascent and affect people across all ages. Nowadays, body image awareness has been noticed among children and adolescents as soon as 8 years old. In a society where most adults and a significant proportion of children and adolescents are overweight and attempting to lose weight, it is not surprising that weight concerns and body dissatisfaction are common. The definition of body image is indicating to how a person perceives, thinks, and feels about their body in appearance. This insight may be positive or negative and is greatly influenced by social demographic and environmental factors. For the problem statement, a Dutch study involving more than 7,000 students aged 11 to 16 years old reported their BMI and body image perception were related with internalizing behaviors such as anxiety, and according to the study conducted by Flynn and Fitzgibbon 1998, body image can be a risk factor for obesity. So, the general objective of this study is to review the evidence available on the evaluation of body image in childhood, and the specific objective are first to determine the body image dissatisfaction in children, second to determine the body perception in children, and third to determine other elements related to body image dissatisfaction in children. The research question of this study are: what is the body image dissatisfaction in children? What is the body perception in children? And what is other elements related to body image dissatisfaction in children? And these are the literature review consists of literature about global scenario of body image dissatisfaction in Malaysia, measurement of body image dissatisfaction, associated factor of body image dissatisfaction, body mass index BMI of the children, and association between body image dissatisfaction and body mass index. For the database and search words in methodology, a web search for PubMed, EBSCOhost, and Scalio database has been conducted. Articles were also retrieved from the reference list of selected systematic reviews on similar topics, and we decided to cross the child and body image descriptors. In view of the exponential growth of body image studies in the 1980s, the publication date began in January 2013 was decided to limit. All research were carried out in May 2020 to present the latest studies on this topic. Next is inclusion and exclusion criteria. The inclusion criteria are cross-sectional and longitudinal studies carried out in children under 18 years of age, children healthy without any identified mental disorder and not in medication, and article published in English from January 2013 to June 2020. For the selection of this study, a scan for titles was made in selected database, as well as the details of the articles were evaluated in text. The items had then be selected and exported to EndNote to automatically remove duplicates. Then abstract of certain articles were read in order to identify which articles should be included before the selected articles were further analyzed for review on the basis of their various quality assessment. As the search result, it is important to mention that the initial survey identified 9,064 references. After screening through the exclusion criteria, 52 papers remain. Based on the contents of the abstract, all 52 papers were selected because of those Articles meet in the inclusion criteria and the research question after the full text was read. Detailed description of the main study characteristics found in this review were presented as shown. The following were highlighted: authors, country, year of publication, method employed, characteristic of the sample, size of the assessed body image, and evaluation instruments used. Next, the information about the country of origin study, method used, assessed body image aspect, and applied instrument were summarized in the shown table. The absolute and relative frequency were calculated to enable the most recurrent information to be viewed directly. In terms of sample features, the number of children involved in the investigation showed a substantial variation. The design of the study may have contributed to this wide disparity, since the quantitative and cross-sectional analysis generally have a larger sample than qualitative and longitudinal ones. A larger contingent sample is required than longitudinal or randomized control analysis for epidemiological studies. It has been shown on the sample the most assessed children from age 6 to the beginning of adolescence. As the countries of the study, it is noteworthy that Malaysia has submitted a limited number of publications, less than 5%. In the number of surveys conducted, the United States remained prominent with 15.4%, followed by Australia and Brazil with 11.5% each. So national research is therefore recommended on this subject. For the instrument of the study, the Shillett scales were present in 60.7% of the study carried out as for the instrument used. And for the research method, it is found that quantitative 92.3% and cross-sectional 82.7% approach were prioritized by field investigators to demonstrate the lack of qualitative and longitudinal studies. As of participants, the studies in this review included participants from Malaysia, United States, Australia, Brazil, Colombia, England, and other countries. The number of participants at baseline varied from 37 to 11,466, involving children below the age of 18 years old. The minimum age of the participants done for this review is 4 years old, while the maximum age is 18 years old. For studies reported that the participants focused only on girls, and remaining studies review were conducted on both boys and girls. All studies targeted participants that are healthy and not on medication, and studies presented comprehensive information on the requirements for inclusion and exclusion, including any factors that could interfere with result assessment. Topics that will be discussed in the study were treated, such as body dissatisfaction in children, body perception in children, and other elements related to body image. As body image dissatisfaction, almost all of the children assessed were frustrated with their body appearance in findings of Polatos et al. And Regner et al., which were focused on Shillett's case. In comparison, Palate 2015 found a low frequency of negative body image in girls and boys when they asked children directly about their satisfaction with their own bodies. Concerning the difference in gender dissatisfaction, Armando Alonso 2020 stated that the girls want to be thinner and the boys prefer to have a more athletic build. Some studies pointed out that the boys were presented themselves as more satisfied with their body compared to girls who were more dissatisfied. Regard to fat body, adolescent and adult females are also unhappy with their body image. This is especially because of a cultural tendency for women to regard thinness as the ideal body pattern, and for males, muscularity is the desired pattern. The obese children in France were more dissatisfied than those with normal weight, and overweight appears to be a concern that affects the younger ones too. There were two investigations included in the present review verified the relationship of body image in different ethnicities. Atman et al. 2019 found that further testing revealed that African American children had significantly higher odds of body dissatisfaction than all other racial or ethnic groups. Furthermore, Heron et al. 2013 study findings did not suggest racial differences in body dissatisfaction. Nevertheless, De Souza Fortes et al. 2013 highlighted that the link between ethnicity and levels of body dissatisfaction in infants is still controversial. Currently, Thompson et al. 1989 proposed that the most used theoretical model for the study of bodily image development, which can influence socio-cultural factors, especially the media, parents and friends, in the desire for an ideal body. In this analysis, it was found a study examining the social cultural concept in girls aged between 7 to 11. In addition, the internalization of an ideal lean body raises the risk of eating problems related to body disappointment, dietary restriction, and depression, according to the authors. The media has thus characterized the development of deleterious health behavior in children as a strong influence factor. Tatangelo and Ricciardelli 2013 supported this idea by the fact that whereas the boy admired the body of male athletes, famous actresses, and famous singers, they were seen as an ideal body for girls. For the children and body perception, studies found prevalence of high inaccuracy in Germany, Chinese, and Brazilian children respectively. Most have overestimated their body size, according to Costa et al. 2015. Another study noted that their body image was underestimated for the majority of their sample. The significance of precision in determining the size of the body in that age group is stressed, and this can be the first step to healthier lifestyles. Different factors can influence the assessment of body perception according to some studies. Weight was a determining factor in the Wang et al. 2018 and Rahim et al. 2019 studies, which verified that overweight and obese boys and girls incorrectly assess their body size and estimating it. Other studies have shown that children with average weights find it difficult or even too overweight to recognize their actual measurements. So we understood that weight is associated with body image perception in children, as Dachin et al. 2014 have already pointed out. Age was another contributing factor in children's perception, as that of in Dachin et al. 2014 study, which indicated that the choice of the silhouette was positive in relation to the age of the child. Chang et al. 2013 have also found that older children have more correctly measured their weight. The authors also highlighted that weight loss behavior is more likely for girls and boys of all ages who have perceived that they are overweight. Thus, when children are concerned with body perception, it is necessary to think about the age. Differences in body accuracy between sexes were also identified, with a higher percentage of girls fat than boys. In addition, it was concluded by Pinho et al. 2019 that most girls were dissatisfied with excess weight. Furthermore, girls have chosen a slimmer silhouette as the desired body picture. It seems that girls have a harder time judging their weight and body measurements. The result may interfere with action of weight loss, such that girls are more likely to practice in such deleterious health behavior. Next is elements included related to body image. On a smaller scale, some work has examined the body image components. Martin, 2015, assessed children's understanding of their body shape through drawings and comments on their body. The author found that obese girls and boys aged 5 do not appear to know the body form differences. This situation changes in the 10-year-old group, where excess weight is negatively stigmatized. In this research, obese children develop coping mechanisms for their peers to tackle physical disabilities, traits, and exclusion. In the nutshell, this study showed that almost all the children assessed with silhouette scale were frustrated with their body appearance. This may lead the children to a behavior that may cause harm for them, such as eating disorder or excessive dieting. Specific public health promotions or strategies are needed to make sure the health status of the children. This is important in order to prevent children in Malaysia from burden of body image dissatisfaction. Therefore, community and national monitoring and surveillance of weight and health status among school children are essential. Besides, this study also showed that the assessment of children's dimension, which was body perception, found a high prevalence of inaccuracy. Most children overestimated and underestimated their body size. Thus, the preventive and program need to be continued and maintained in order to increase their awareness about the body perception. As a conclusion, the studies included in these reviews show that intervention programs need to be planned in order to prevent the development of negative body image in childhood. For the recommendation, the findings in the reviewed studies show that the body image dissatisfaction appears in the children. Therefore, school community need to prepare an education talk about nutrition and also the intervention program in order to evaluate the effectiveness of the program. Body image dissatisfaction also influences dietary intake of the children who will desire to get their ideal body. Therefore, early of educational information need to deliver or disseminate among the parents as they play a vital role in the children's food choice and eating pattern. Parents also create a good environment for children to promote the development of healthy eating behaviors and weight. Positive parental model and good practices may be good way for improving dietary intake of children. In my opinion, strategies should always involve the community, primary caregivers, and community health workers. In schools, education regarding nutrition and disease on nutrition should be taught by teachers to increase knowledge of the school children in improving their body image dissatisfaction. So, this is my reference list for my study. So, that's all from me. Thank you and have a good day.